Today's story comes from one of the most unforgettable moments on AGT 2025, a moment that left the entire theater holding its breath, a moment that silenced thousands of people who came expecting entertainment but instead witnessed something far deeper. Before we begin, welcome back and thank you for joining us once again. You already know how incredible it feels to explore some of the most magical and emotional audition moments with us. And of course, whenever the name Simon Cowell appears, there's always something intense, unpredictable and unforgettable waiting on the stage. Because if Simon reacts strongly, you know something big is happening. And today, Simon did not just react. He softened, he leaned in, he felt something. And for the first time this season, he simply couldn't hold back tears. Our story begins quietly, long before the cameras start rolling, long before the audience sees anything. It begins backstage, where a grandfather and his young grandson stand holding hands. The boy looks barely 11. He has this shy but bright spark in his eyes, the kind of spark that only kids have when they dream big but don't yet fully understand how big the world actually is. And standing beside him is his grandfather, a soft-spoken Filipino man in his late 60s. His hands are slightly trembling, not from fear, but from the weight of memories, years, and love that brought him here today. A producer asks them the usual questions and the boy tries to smile, but you can tell he's nervous. The grandfather gently pats his shoulder and whispers something in their native language. Whatever he said, the boy immediately relaxes. That's the magic of grandparents. Their voice alone can calm a storm inside your heart. The producer tells them it's almost time to step on stage. The grandfather nods as if he's been preparing for this moment his whole life. Inside the theater, the audience is already excited. The judges are settled, sipping water, looking refreshed and ready. Heidi is smiling her usual cheerful smile. Sophia is adjusting her hair and glancing at the crowd. Howie is joking with someone in the front row. And Simon Cowell, dressed in his signature white shirt, sits back with that familiar blend of curiosity and skepticism. He has seen thousands of acts. It takes something truly rare to move him. None of the judges know yet what is about to unfold. The stage manager signals. The lights shift. The crowd quiets slightly. And finally, the grandfather and grandson walk out. They step onto the massive AGT stage, but they don't walk quickly or show off or try to impress. They walk the simple way ordinary people walk. The very sight of them instantly adds a hush of warmth to the theater. The boy waves shyly. The grandfather bows respectfully. Simon leans forward. "Who do we have here?" he asks gently. His tone is softer than usual, almost instinctively respectful. The boy answers first. He explains that they are from the Philippines, and that they've been singing together since he was very small. His grandfather taught him every song he knows. The audience reacts with soft smiles, already touched. Simon asks the grandfather why he decided to audition at this stage in life. The grandfather clears his throat and the microphone almost picks up the emotion in his breath before he even speaks. He explains that music kept their family together. That through difficult times, they sang to forget their worries. And that this audition isn't about fame. It's about leaving a memory for his grandson, a moment the boy will carry with him even long after the grandfather is gone. The entire auditorium reacts with a wave of empathy. You can sense how deeply that statement hit everyone. Even Heidi places a hand on her chest, visibly moved. Simon's eyes soften. His expression changes. It's not sadness, it's recognition. A moment where someone's vulnerability reaches him. He nods slowly and tells them to take their time, to breathe, and to start whenever they're ready. The music starts. Just a single guitar at first. A gentle, nostalgic melody that feels like home even if you've never heard it before. It's a Filipino song. A classic. A song about family, sacrifice, and love passed from one generation to the next. The boy begins singing the first line, and the theater freezes. His voice is thin but pure, soft but steady, filled with innocence and truth. You can feel the honesty in every note. People in the audience start wiping their eyes almost immediately, surprised by how quickly emotion hits them. The boy sings as if he is whispering a memory into the air. But then, the grandfather joins in. The harmony of their two voices, one young and one old, collides in the most soul-touching way. It's not perfect. It's not polished. But it's real. It carries a lifetime of love. The grandfather's voice carries the weight of years, hardships, and silent sacrifices. The boy's voice carries the hope of the future. Together, they create something that cannot be manufactured. It is the sound of two souls connected by blood, by love, by time. The camera cuts to Simon Cowell. And for the first time all season, he is speechless. His eyes are locked on them, unblinking. Somewhere halfway through the second verse, his lips tighten slightly and he looks down for just a moment. When he looks back up, his eyes are visibly glossy. He blinks, trying to regain composure, but the song keeps pulling at him. The audience grows more emotional as the song continues. At one point, the boy looks up at his grandfather while singing, and you can see something pure and gentle in his eyes: respect, admiration, love. The grandfather notices and smiles without missing a note. It's the kind of smile that says everything. Pride, gratitude, and a quiet goodbye he hopes will only happen many years from now. As the song moves into its final lines, the boy places a hand on his grandfather's arm. Their voices merge into a final harmony. The music softens. The theater becomes so still it feels like even the air refused to move. When the final note fades, there is a second of complete silence. Nobody claps. Nobody breathes. It's as if the entire room wants to hold on to the last bit of that feeling before reality returns. Then the audience explodes. A standing ovation rises like a wave. People cheer, applaud, whistle. But the grandfather and grandson don't react dramatically, they simply hold hands and bow again. The judges are visibly affected. Heidi wipes a tear. Sophia keeps repeating wow under her breath. Howie looks deeply touched and says that some performances are not just performances, they are gifts. And then Simon speaks. But before he says anything, he pauses. He swallows. He exhales slowly. For a moment, he shakes his head slightly as if trying to clear the emotion that has built up inside him. When he finally speaks, his voice is softer than usual. He tells them that he has seen many acts on many stages around the world, but very few feel as honest and as heartfelt as this one. He tells the boy to cherish every moment with his grandfather, because nothing in life compares to that bond. And then he admits something rare, that the performance moved him more than he expected. The audience reacts, knowing how uncommon a confession like this is from Simon. The boy smiles shyly. The grandfather's eyes glisten. But he stands strong, holding his grandson's hand tightly, as if anchoring him to the moment. The judges give their votes. Heidi says yes with a huge smile. Sophia says absolutely yes. Howie gives an emotional yes. And then it's Simon's turn. He looks directly at them and says that this isn't just a yes, it's a thank you. A thank you for reminding everyone in that room of what truly matters. And with that, he gives his yes. The golden lights don't fall. There is no golden buzzer moment here. But somehow, it feels like they didn't need one. Their audition already shined in a way no gold confetti ever could. The boy hugs his grandfather tightly. The audience keeps cheering as they walk off stage, still holding hands. Backstage, the cameras capture a quiet moment. The boy leans against his grandfather and says softly, "We did it, Lolo." And the grandfather whispers back, "No, you did it. I'm just happy I could sing beside you." Their family waits for them with open arms, and the reunion is filled with joy and relief. Not flashy, not dramatic. Just real. And that is exactly what makes this audition so powerful. It wasn't about hitting the highest note or performing the most complicated act. It was about telling a story through a song. A story that every person in the room could relate to, because we all love someone deeply. We all fear time slipping away. We all hold memories close. And watching those two sing together reminded everyone of that. Simon himself said later that this was one of the most touching moments of AGT 2025. And you could see it in his eyes. It wasn't the tears that mattered. It was what caused them. A simple Filipino song. A grandfather. A grandson. Two generations singing as one. This is the kind of moment that stays with you long after the episode ends. A moment that reminds you that talent shows are not just competitions. Sometimes, they are living memories captured on stage. Moments that families will talk about for generations. And long after this season ends, long after the stage lights dim and the seats empty, people will still remember the day when a grandfather and his grandson walked onto the AGT stage with nothing but a song, and managed to touch the heart of Simon Cowell and millions watching around the world. Thank you for joining us today. If you felt something during this story, even just for a moment, that means the message of their performance reached you too. Don't forget to keep those you love close, appreciate them, and cherish moments like these. Because just like their song showed us, the most beautiful things in life are the ones we share with the people we care about.